Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Tapuborama, and in today's video, we are going to be breaking into the 6 best properties to own in Grand Theft Auto Online. You see, normally you'll see a lot of content on money grinding geared channels towards best businesses, and that's great. Knowing which businesses are the best, like the Kosatka versus the agency, are always super duper important. However, in today's video, we are focusing on properties themselves, because sometimes the properties contain garages, vehicles that you can upgrade that come with them, or even weapons that are absolutely devastating, discounts that you might not have known about. And that's what we're going to be focusing on today's video. So while some of these properties may earn money, which I'll talk about, they are also going to have secondary things that are super, super nice. Starting off, we are going to break into the Eclipse Boulevard Garage. This is a $2.7 million property, and it's the only one in the list that doesn't earn any money. Now, the Eclipse Boulevard Garage is a 50-car garage, which is insane. And to be fair, $2.7 million for 50 garage slots isn't that cheap. You could very easily go and purchase super cheap apartments for about $200,000 to $100,000 if you just bought 10-car garages, and you could easily get the same 50 slots probably half the price. The thing is that in the Eclipse Boulevard Garage, every single vehicle is stored in the exact same property. So you don't need to scroll through 15 different property listings to find which specific car you're trying to go for. It's just a super easy one-click thing. So because of that, I personally think the Eclipse Boulevard Garage is great. Saves you a lot of time, and if you ever plan on upgrading in the future, you will have a lot of space to do so. We arrive at the Autoshop. Now, the reason the Autoshop doesn't make it higher up is mainly down to the fact that the special abilities going for this business are only really good for people that either A, love upgrading cars, or B, are under level 120. The reason being under level 120 is so important for the Autoshop is because it comes with its own customization area where you can change all your vehicle's paints, do the upgrades on the engine, everything like that yet you'd normally be able to do at Los Santos Customs. And the great thing about that is not only are all the upgrades 5% off, that means if, let's say, you spend over the career of GTA $100–200 million on vehicles, if you're upgrading each of those cars, you're going to be saving millions upon millions of dollars. That 5% definitely adds up. It's not just that, but it's also the fact that all upgrades are unlocked at any level. So if I'm a level 10 and I purchase myself a brand new supercar, let's say a Nero, I cannot fully upgrade it. You just aren't able to put all the spoiler options, all the bumper options until you reach a certain level. However, if you make your way to the Autoshop at level 1, you can fully upgrade any vehicle. And this is massive because it gives you a huge edge over people that are beginners because you're going to have fully upgraded cars. So the Autoshop alone right there is great. It also does come with a 10-car garage, which is pretty sweet. It's nothing like the Eclipse Boulevard or some of the other properties we'll be talking about, but it's still nice. There's one other thing that a lot of people forget about when it comes to the Autoshop, and that is your LS Car Meet reputation level. You see, every time you complete an Autoshop contract inside of the Autoshop, your car meet reputation goes up. And once you get to level 100 in the car meet, you start to get 10% discounts on any vehicle you purchase, whether it's in Legendary Motorsport or Southern San Andreas. Unfortunately, it is not for Warstock, but still, 10% off any vehicle you purchase. And every subsequent 5 levels you achieve is another 10% discount. Essentially, you're getting discounts on vehicles. If you're a low level, you get fully upgraded vehicles, and you get 5% off every single thing you upgrade. The Autoshop is an absolute dub of a business, especially because when there's ×2 or ×3 money weekends, those Autoshop contracts, especially the Union Depository job, start to become incredibly worthwhile in the payouts area. So yeah, I would highly recommend to focus on getting an Autoshop, especially if you're new to the game. Now we move on to the hangar. Now, personally, I don't love the money-making side of the hangar. It's great if you have multiple people helping you. In fact, it's one of the best businesses in the game. if you have 4 people helping you. But I'd also make the argument, just do the Diamond Casino heist and Cayo Perico heist, you'll make more money, and you'll probably have more fun than constantly sourcing crates. The hangar's alright. You'll earn about $600,000 an hour doing the sourcing, so it's okay. You'll make about the same as you will with vehicle cargo. It's just a lot more effort in my opinion. The thing that I do like about the hangar, though, is obviously the fact that you can store your planes inside of it. Not can you only store your planes, but you can also store the Avenger in the hangar as the last big update for the game. That's actually huge. It means you don't ever have to buy a facility to store the Avenger. And the Avenger, in my opinion, is one of the most effective vehicles or aircraft to own in the game. It's almost impossible to take out of the sky. Now that it has missiles, you can nuke people in the sky while you're flying it. It is just an absolutely amazing purchase. So I would highly recommend to get your hands on a hangar just for honestly owning the Avenger, the F-160 Raiju. All the jets, all the aircraft are super fun, and they can definitely help you get out of a pinch. The other thing about the hangar that's great is if you own one inside of the military base, you get low-level clearance. This means, first of all, if you ever fly over the military base, you're not going to get a wanted level, but even better than that, let's say you just buy a hangar and you don't own any aircraft. Well, that's fine, because you can literally get into a laser and just steal it and leave the military base, and congrats, now you have a jet that has an explosive machine gun and is super effective. It's a really easy way to get your hands on really dangerous aircraft. So the hangar is actually a really good property to own, and I would highly recommend to pick it up. Don't forget the arcade. The arcade itself doesn't really have that many ways of making money. It has a heist and it has passive income. That's it. The passive income is pretty useless. You're going to make about $5,000 every 48 minutes if you fill your front viewing area with arcade machines. So that's all right. You'll make some money here and there if you're playing the game. The other way to make money is the Diamond Casino heist. The heist itself is great. It's one of the most efficient ways of making money in the game. The problem is you need 2 people. Let's be real, this is 2024 and people don't have friends. So yeah, you're not gonna be making too much money when it comes to the Diamond Casino heist unless you do have people. Now if you do, it's great, but for the most part, it's not really that efficient. The most important reason why we're putting the agency in today's video is the Master Control Terminal. This allows you to mess around with any other business or control any other business you have running around the map. Motorcycle clubs, even though I don't recommend to use them, the hangar, anything that you have, you can basically control from that area. And it's super, super nice because you can swap your DJs on the Nightclub and then you don't have to go over there. You can resupply your bunker. It's just great. So the Master Control Terminal is really the only reason why the arcade makes today's video, but because of that, it's good. It also comes with a 10-car garage, which is pretty nice, but that's just kind of a given at this point for most businesses. And then there were 2 breaking into the Nightclub. Now the Nightclub itself is great for many different reasons. Obviously, it has a good way of making money. It has $50,000 every 48 minutes of passive income if you keep the popularity at max, and your technicians will source you goods that'll equate to about $80,000 an hour. So that right there alone is really good money. But we're not focusing on the money side, we're focusing on the property itself. So the Nightclub has a lot of great things. First of all, it's fairly inexpensive. You can buy a nightclub near LSIA for about $1 million. Not only is it pretty cheap, but the garage slots in the Nightclub are super inexpensive. Only a couple $100,000 for each 10-car garage slots you want to add. This is really nice, not only because the spaces are super cheap, but you don't need to buy multiple properties. You can just get a 30-car garage, throw a bunch of vehicles under your Nightclub, and you don't even need to worry about buying separate garages. With those garage spaces, you also get Garage B1, and this is one that's included with your Nightclub no matter what you buy. This garage level includes a Vapid Speedo Custom for free, and then you can purchase 2 other vehicles, the Mule and the Pounder Custom. Now, I'll be honest, the Mule is absolutely useless, but the Pounder and Vapid Speedo Custom are absolutely insane. The Speedo Custom features a remote minigun, it features semi-bulletproof glass and very strong frontal protection, meaning that you can just mow people down with the 50 cal, and it's super good for missions. Yes, it's not as fast as the weaponized Tampa, but it's exactly the same in every other area, and it has way better armor. Plus, it makes doing sail missions super easy, and even better than that, you don't need to unlock stupid bunker research to get your hands on the weapons. You can be a level 1, purchase the Nightclub, fully upgrade your Vapid Speedo Custom if you have about 300 grand. It's so efficient for newer players. Same for the Pounder Custom. Pounder Custom is big, doesn't have any armor, you can shoot through it with 1 missile. It does have bulletproof glass though, which is pretty nice, but the most important part is the fact that it has a missile battery on the roof, which allows you to sling missiles at anything. It's not great for other players because, as I said, it gets blown blown up in one missile, but it's really good against NPCs that are just going to shoot at you. You can pull out that missile battery and absolutely nuke things around you. And again, as a low level, it is absolutely amazing to get your hands on the Pounder and Speedo Custom. In fact, I still use the Speedo Custom because it's so easy to call out in your interaction menu. The Nightclub is just such a good business because of the fact it has the garage, because it has those weaponized vehicles at such a low level, and it's a fairly inexpensive property. And finally, we arrive at the agency. Anybody that watches the channel a lot knows why the agency is already so good. I talk about it so much, but it really is an amazing property. I think the agency is actually better than the Cayo Perico heist in a lot of ways. Why? Well, first of all, you have the fact that you can do the Dr. Dre VIP contract. This is going to pay you $1 million. Takes about an hour and 20 to 30 minutes on average, depending on how fast you are, because of the fact that you can't skip the cutscenes, which is honestly really annoying. Rockstar should change that. But you got the Dr. Dre contract. That alone pays you a lot of money. Then you have payphone hits, which pay you $40,000 every 10 minutes. And you have security contracts, which will also pay you around $40,000 to $60,000, depending on which one you do. They only take you about 3 or 4 minutes. And every 5 security contracts you complete increases the amount of passive income you can make inside of your agency permanently. Once you complete 200 security contracts, you will get a maximum income of $20,000 every 48 minutes forever. As long as you're playing GTA, you don't even need to do anything. You'll be making money in your agency, which is so incredibly nice. So that alone right there, when it comes to the money side, is great. But it also has to do with all the other things the agency has. First of all, comes with a 21-car garage, which is amazing. It's included in the building, so you don't even need to buy it. It also comes with the Money Tech upgrades. This is by far the best armored vehicles in the game. So you basically get a supercar, you throw it into a Money Tech upgrades if it has that feature, and boom, now it can survive 10 homing missiles. You can't even lock on it with homing missiles to begin with. You can't blow it up with sticky bombs, and you can even put a remote driver on it and just drive around the city not even being in the vehicle. So that is another crazy thing going for the agency. It gets even better. The agency comes with a free $3 million helicopter that you can call out whenever you want. It acts as your own personal vehicle, so you just call it out, jump out of it, go back in your agency, call another one out over and over. Doesn't matter how many times you do it, it's always going to be free with no cooldown. And it has snacks right in the front, so you can just grab some snacks whenever you want them. You have an armory inside of the building that you can purchase, which will allow you to buy armor, allow you to buy weapons, upgrade things here and there. And the final part about the agency that is also absolutely fantastic is that you can call out your personal vehicles from the garage at the top, or you can get out personal helicopters that you own. Normally you have to go call Pegasus and you have to wait for the vehicle to get delivered, and it's boring. But from your agency, if you own a personal Buzzard, if you own any type of weaponized helicopter like an Annihilator, you can walk right up to your front office person, call it out immediately, and boom, it's done. So the agency is just incredible. It has so many good things going for it that it was always going to make the #1 position. I was tempted to put the Kosatka in today's video, but it's really not a property as more of a vehicle, so we're not going to put the Kosatka there. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about today's video. As always, make sure to click that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.